Hey, what is up, drummers, drum enthusiasts of YouTube? Andrew Rooney here, full-time drummer and drum teacher based right here in Auckland, New Zealand. We are back with a PayPal request from my buddy Ryan Tripp. Hey, Andrew. Josh Eppard from Coheed and Cambria was just on Drumeo shredding a few songs. I'm so pumped to see the band for the third time this August in Chicago. I just wanted to send some support your way. Watch the whole session if you have time. But my favorite part is the crowing and some final thoughts from Josh between 50:23 mark to the 1 hour 02 mark. Cheers, mate, Ryan Tripp. Now, just having a look at what I have already covered from Coheed and Cambria and Josh Eppard on the channel so far. First of all, we had a playthrough of Ladders of Supremacy. That was awesome. And then we had a fantastic live performance of In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3. That's a mouthful.
That's what she said.
All right, real quick before we get into this one, it is a Drumeo video. Guys, original video link in the description of each of my videos. Please do go along, check it out, and of course, subscribe to Drumeo for all that great drum content. And hey, I am a partner with Drumeo, so sign up in the description below, get a 30-day free trial on me with Drumeo. If you go direct to Drumeo, you might pick up a 7-day trial. Have my link, 30 days to check out the site, see if it's a good fit for you and your musical education. With that said, let's check it out. Back to Josh Eppard. Let's go.
Really famous players, world-class players up there. Chris Gartman and Peace Bomb. And I just want to, no matter what happens, I'll probably screw this up horribly. I just want to, this is for Joe Stote. This is for Joe Cuccello. I'm not going to cry, Jesus Christ. And what their music and art meant to me, it lives forever.
Wow, here we've got a guy who's paying respect to people, friends, influencers growing up and coming up in his scene. And the guy's almost in tears, like giving that credit to those players. That is the kind of, I don't even know what the word is, integrity, transparency, realness that comes through in Josh's playing. He's a heart and soul, like full body player. And you can see that the way he talks, the emotion, the feeling, it's just like, it's not just playing the drums. It is feeling inside the music, feeling the drums. This is going to be a special one. I got a good feeling about this one, Ryan Tripp. Let's keep it going. He's doing my warm-up.
It's a fucking hard song to play.
Shroud this body under the streets of the city and wait for the day when I'm summoned to walk across the face. Slowly but clearer now.
Right over the bar line ideas.
I love them with all as the sun should tomorrow.
Remind me at the end of the video, I really want to talk about how, I mean, look at that, where I paused there. Just eyes shut, mouth open, like singing, screaming the words. He's drenched in sweat. Now, I'm not saying this is how everybody should play the drums, or this is not the only way to play drums if you're legit and you're real. And, you know, it's just, he's doing it his way. Let's talk more about that at the end of the video. But I really do want to dig into that because There's just a certain authenticity about some players that's just undeniable. I don't even, I'm not overly familiar with Coheed and Cambria. I'm not overly familiar with Josh Eppard. It just shines through. Let's keep it going. Love it. The angle of that ride. It's a crash, I think. Great song.
I've fought it 3 ways for you, the new all that I love.
He's feeling it. That part there completely changed feel and, sonically, it was just a complete change up. I don't know if we're going to call it the bridge, whatever you want to call that part of the song. Did you see how he physically embodied the change? He changed the way he was gripping the stick. He turned, the palm up. It was beautiful. Just a beautiful, vulnerable, that could be the word for this, a beautiful, vulnerable performance. He's the kind of guy I want to get on the podcast and just talk to. He seems like he'd be a great guest. Yeah. Okay, more at the end. Of those cymbals.
Did you ever really know before my name? Son to these. Did you come clean? The end from the start. Dear Angelina, the price wishes you to watch over me.
Power. song fades out. Okay. Dude has got a jackhammer for a right foot. The power, I mean, some people get, fast bass drum notes, using triggers, obviously. You're going to require a different technique for that. This is pure acoustic power on that pedal. Now, Ryan, you wanted me to, I don't know if you wanted me to include this on the video, but you wanted me to carry on. Let's keep it going and see some of the thoughts that he gives after this performance.
I thought the earlier songs were a workout. Dude, your leg must be like destroyed.
Why?
You tell me why.
No, it hurts like hell, dude.
The chat's like, how is he doing it?
Good, because I feel like I watch every other drummer, and I'm like, how is that possible?
Now that's you.
No Effects the other. I'm watching a clip of them from 1998, and the drummer just
Hour and a half.
And I was like, holy man.
Crazy.
Oh, you know what, man? So just for you guys out there, that song's tracked without a click. That's the excited young 20-something-year-old version. And it moves quite a bit. So if you heard some of that looseness, it's like a bit of a time machine. I'm trying to play catch up with myself at 23 years old with, the success of Second Stage blew our minds. I mean, I actually don't play on 2 of the songs on Second Stage. We talked about it at dinner last night because I thought 8 people would have the record, and it was given to them. I didn't think anything would happen, but some people were paying attention.
Yeah.
And it was so thrilling and so just otherworldly exciting for us. And I can hear that excitement in that record. I think it's part of what makes that record really special. And I know there was a time we were playing that a little bit slow live, not because we're lazy, because it grooves a lot harder slow. I mean, still, it's such a strange song.
Yeah.
And I do just want to say, the obnoxious tom fills through the whole verse, that was supposed to be the whole band doing that.
Oh, really?
It was like, I remember Claude being like, like a Thrice thing. We were touring with Thrice a lot at the time, and Thrice had really they were more established than us. It was supposed to be like a chugga chugga chug 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 chug. So I do it on the drum track.
Yeah.
The producer's like, oh, I don't like that shit. So I'm the only one doing it now, and it's a little obnoxious, but that's okay. We were young. We were a little obnoxious.
Yeah.
But great insights into the creative process there. There's a lot of takeaways we can take from this. It's, one thing to watch the performance. It's one thing to actually see the player himself discuss it and somewhat break it down. And I think one really important thing is this is difficult for him, right? So you watch this and go, what the hell, and you think, okay, this is difficult for him. It's not just a picnic. He's not just, jackhammering out those bass drums. Like he is drenched in sweat, and good on him, because man, he's working hard and he sounds amazing. Let's have a look at what else he's got to talk about here.
But that was a pretty good, you know what? That was a pretty good performance. It's better than I thought I was going to do. Because, man, the metal part, that is fast. Yeah. But it wants to be spread out a little bit more. Not fast is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's harder in a way to play it not fast, where you spread it out. That time, it's like, feels.
So that's a really hard concept for a lot of people, especially new drummers, to understand. Most people are going to equate speed with difficulty. Not necessarily. There's such a thing as note placement. And as Josh said, sometimes slower note placement it's going to need to be a bit more accurate. When you speed up, the notes are really close together, and you can fudge certain notes. I'm not saying he's fudging any notes, but when things are spread out, there's really nowhere to hide, and your timing really comes under the microscope. This is why people constantly underestimate pop drumming, because it appears to be stripped back and simple. Depends how you look at these things, but in some ways it's harder because the magnifying glass really comes out and it becomes very obvious. If you don't have good time feel, if you don't have clear note placement, control of subdivisions, just a good internal clock, it really gets exposed. Let's just keep it going. This is absolute gold. This footage, wow.
Much faster to me, but I feel like that was that was powerful for me, man. It makes me think of Joe Stowe, who told me how much he liked that song.
Yeah.
And it was a moment for me. Joe Stowe had this deep voice. he had a real dad energy to him. And Joe Stote was also in 3 on Wake Pig, and I believe Revisions, their next record, which, check out Wake Pig, check out The End Has Begun, skip Revisions, and then check out The Ghost You Gave to Me.
Yeah.
Those, I'm telling you, you guys have to check these records. They'll blow your mind.
Yeah.
Three's
love
like
this.
one of the
I
best
love the
bands that ever
enthusiasm.
walked the face of the earth. For real. If Mike Portnoy saw them and was like, nope, you're on tour with me.
Yeah.
Took them out on the entire Dream Theater run, offered them like 8 weeks in Europe with Dream Theater. They just couldn't afford to do it. It would have costed like, you know, $100,000 to do it, and they just couldn't do it. But
that says something though.
I gotta play you some stuff. I gotta like text you some stuff, dude.
Please.
You'll trip. And then you'll have Joey on Guitario because he's stupid.
Yeah. Love it, man. Well, we're at the end. You made it the whole hour. We have one song left, but before we do it, do you have any final words of advice to everyone watching? There's tons of people in the chat right now. They're loving this whole stream. They're saying this is the highest quality Josh we've ever got.
Yeah.
And kind of a good mix of like really like drum-centric stuff, but also kind of your story.
Well, I also will say, man, like I check out Coheed live videos and I just don't hear a drum-centric mix for a band that is desperate for a drum-centric mix. Like we should be hearing that the kick drum should be not just like feel it, but audible. When you're dealing with you know, you want to have that thing to bounce from.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing, dude. Mixing Coheed is hard. I think we have one of the best mixers in the world doing us. But like, I think it's important for the fans to really hear the attack of the drums.
Yeah.
And it's something we're always working on. So this is such a thrill. This is such a thrill.
You guys get the drums just mixed a little bit higher, which is great.
I'm trying to get them even higher was my point. I'm trying to get them even more high. It's a battle, you know? Sometimes it's a battle. I mean, music is about more than just the drums, but the drums are such a integral part of it, you know? My final advice to any players out there would be that there's a lot of different lanes, you know? This isn't a race. This isn't an Olympic event. This is about creativity. This is about drama. This is about being part of a song, and there's nothing quite like being a part of a song. And just know that there's lanes out there. I'm always pushing. I think the day that I'm not learning and getting better, I'll walk away from this. I've got a lot to learn, but maybe in a way that makes me almost like better to speak on this. I'm not one of these like inhuman robots that just like, I'm very human, and there's a lot of humanity in my playing, and there's a lane for me. There's a lane for you. Find your strengths and work on your weaknesses. And I wish you guys all the luck. I sincerely hope I'll get to come back to Drumeo.
Yeah, dude.
This has been one of the highlights of my whole life.
Well, it's been an honor, man. We've wanted to have you here for a long time. And it's been a blast. And
now let me train wreck this song.
Yeah.
All right, we will leave it there. What a humble, brilliant, insightful human being. Talking about I'm human. There's humanity in my playing. He mentioned that they're not on click. Now, I often highlight these points, and it probably comes across to people who are on click and live in that world, that I'm not into click. I'm into click. I've done hundreds of shows on click. I'm cool with click. It's also great to hear organic plays, especially these days, because, I mean, let's face it, I think it's almost become like an industry standard to be on click, to have some type of backing. And yeah, it does provide consistency, of course. You know, things are going to be literally the same tempo every night. There's nothing wrong with a bit of adrenaline, speeding up, slowing down, nothing wrong with it. I love it. I love this guy's whole approach. I love his personality. I mean, there was so much laughter. You know, you could see Brandon, you know, egging him on at points and giving him big smiles and almost like cheering from the sideline there. I mean, it's just great. It's just great stuff. Another thing probably worth mentioning, and I guess in line with how Josh himself said, there's humanity in his playing. You know, he does not play... On Drumeo, we get all sorts of drummers, from very, very slick session drummers to jazz drummers to blues, you know, everything, the whole gamut. And Josh is not... You know, his style is big and loud and singing, and how can I put it? Because when I make this point, I feel self-conscious myself, because I know I can feel that people are going to take it the wrong way. But he does not play like a session drummer. Maybe he could if he wants to. I don't know. But when he's playing his own stuff here, when he's playing his band material, He's way in a whole different universe of being inside the music. And that style of music does not require session perfection, calmly just playing the notes. He is feeling it. If that means we catch a rim, so be it. If we middle the snare, cool. If we rim shot the snare, like it's all part of the gumbo of his playing. It is just wonderful. There was also that quiet bit where he's playing like in a lower dynamic. I really want to watch that part again. Actually, I should have timestamped it for myself, where he was getting into a real comping sort of conversational style. It was quieter. He's playing over on this, I don't even know what the cymbal is. I don't know if it's a ride on his left or what, and he's playing like with the palm up a little bit. He's playing really gentle and almost like a ECM jazz, comping style to go along with the heavy hitting, just bombastic bashing. Fantastic. Absolutely dug this. Ryan Tripp, thank you so much for this awesome request. Always great to check out more from Josh Eppard and Coheed and Cambria. Guys, if you out there have a reaction request that you definitely want to guarantee gets on my channel, the only way I can guarantee requests at this point is via the PayPal link. I do also have a Patreon. That's only $5 a month. You get access to the blocked videos and it helps out the channel. If you are looking for other ways, if you are desperate for other ways to support this channel and keep the ball rolling over here, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, and leaving a comment. That really helps me out. And remember, as I said at the beginning of the video, check out my Drumeo link. 30 days over at Drumeo to check out the crazy amount of resources over there. 30 days is more than enough to see if it's a good fit for you and your musical education. Guys, until next time, take it easy, keep chopping wood. Ciao.